This AI just outsmarted every other AI. It doesn't just answer questions, it actually thinks, like real step-by-step reasoning, and it just destroyed every other AI in the game. Meet Kimi K2 Thinking, and trust me, this thing is different. This is the latest upgrade from Moonshot AI, and it's built specifically for one thing, deep reasoning, not just chatting back and forth, but actual problem solving that takes multiple steps, like having a personal assistant who can search the web, analyze data, write code, and then tie it all together into one answer. Hey, I'm the digital avatar of Joseph, and today we're diving into something that's going to completely change how you see this topic. Let's get into it. Let me break down what makes this crazy. Kimi K2 has 1 trillion parameters total, but only 32 billion are active at any time. It's called a mixture of experts architecture. Basically, it's smart enough to know which parts of its brain to use for different tasks, and that makes it insanely efficient. But here's where it gets wild. This model can handle up to 200 to 300 sequential tool calls. What does that mean? It means it can chain together tasks like a human would. Search the web for information, extract the key data, run calculations, write a summary, all in one go. Most AI models tap out after a few steps. This one keeps going. And the context window? 256,000 tokens. That's like feeding it an entire book and having it remember every detail while it works. Most models lose track after a few pages. Kimi K2 keeps everything straight. Now let's talk benchmarks. On a test called Browse Comp, which measures how well AI can use tools and browse information, Kimi K2 hit around 60% accuracy. That might not sound huge, but for an open source model, that's competing with the big closed models that cost millions to train. And it's doing it by focusing on reasoning depth, not just raw size. Here's what separates this from everything else. It's agentic. That's the key word. Agentic AI means it doesn't just respond. It acts. It thinks through problems in stages. It invokes tools when it needs them. It refines its answers based on what it finds. It's like the difference between a librarian who hands you a book versus one who reads the book, highlights the important parts, and writes you a summary. And the best part, it's open source. Released under a modified MIT license, developers can download it, run it on their own servers, build on top of it. It works with inference engines like VLLM. This isn't locked behind some corporate paywall. It's out there for anyone to use. So what does this actually look like in action? Let me show you with some real prompts. These are things you'd actually use in daily life, not some tech demo nonsense. First prompt, I'm planning a 7-day trip to Spain with a budget of around $1,500. Suggest an itinerary including flights, accommodation, and local experiences. Watch what happens. Kimi doesn't just throw out generic travel advice. It searches for actual flight prices. It checks accommodation costs in different cities. It builds a day-by-day plan that fits the budget. It suggests local experiences based on what's popular right now. And it does all of this in one response. A normal chatbot would say something like, visit Barcelona and Madrid, enjoy the food. Kimi gives you an actual plan you can follow. Second prompt, my smartphone battery drops from 100% to 50% in 3 hours. What could be causing it and how can I fix it? Again, this is where reasoning shines. Kimi breaks down possible causes, screen brightness, background apps, battery health, location services, then it prioritizes the most likely culprits. Then it gives you step-by-step fixes for each one. It's not just listing advice, it's troubleshooting like a tech support person would. Third prompt, I have a spreadsheet of monthly expenses for the last 12 months. Summarize the biggest cost categories and suggest where I can save 20%. Now this one's interesting because it requires data analysis. Kimi can look at patterns, identify where you're overspending, and give specific recommendations. Not vague stuff like spend less on food, but actionable advice like your dining out costs spiked in Q2. Consider meal prepping twice a week to cut that by 20%. Fourth prompt, I need to write an email to my boss explaining a project delay because of supply chain issues, but I want to keep it polite and professional. Watch how it adapts tone. It understands the context. It knows you need to explain without making excuses. It structures the email with an acknowledgement, an explanation, a mitigation plan, and a timeline. That's not just writing. That's understanding professional communication at a deeper level. Fifth prompt, what are the top 5 emerging job skills in cybersecurity for 2026? And how can a junior professional start learning them this year? This is forward-looking advice. Kimi doesn't just list skills, it explains why each one matters. It suggests specific courses, certifications, and resources. It builds a learning roadmap. That's the kind of response that actually helps someone take action. You see the pattern here? Every response is structured. Every answer is actionable. Every solution is thought through. That's what separates agentic AI from regular chatbots. It's not about spitting out information, it's about solving problems. Now, let me tell you why this matters for you. If you're a creator, you can use this for research, script writing, automation. If you're a professional, you can use this for deep analysis, code assistance, decision making. If you're just someone trying to get more done, this is like having a brain you can outsource to, and that's the future we're stepping into, not AI that chats, AI that thinks. Before, you'd ask a question and get an answer, but the answer didn't come with an explanation. You didn't know how the AI got there. Now, Kimi shows its reasoning. It walks you through the steps. You can actually learn from it instead of just using it. And because it's open source, developers are already building on top of it. That means more tools, more integrations, more ways to plug this into your workflow. Whether you're coding, writing, analyzing data, or managing projects, there's a use case here. All right, here's what I want you to do. Try it yourself. Go test these prompts. See how deep the answers go. And here's a tip. Be clear with your goal. Ask for step-by-step explanations. Ask it to think, not just answer. If you get a shallow reply, push back. Say, show me your reasoning. That's when you'll see the real power. Now, one thing to keep in mind, this is still early days. Tool use can vary depending on how you set it up. Always double check the answers, especially for critical decisions. But even with those caveats, this is the most advanced reasoning model I've tested in the open source space. Here's the bottom line. Kimi K2 Thinking has raised the bar. We're not just chatting with AI anymore. We're thinking together. And that's a massive shift. This is the kind of assistant that doesn't just help you find information. It helps you solve problems. It helps you plan. It helps you execute. So go try it. Push it to its limits. See how far an AI can actually go when it's built to think instead of just respond. And if you want to automate your entire sales process and stop manually handling every single lead, visit logicbuilder.ai. We help entrepreneurs build and manage automated AI systems that turn conversations into clients. No more missed follow-ups, no more lost opportunities. Just AI working around the clock to close deals while you focus on growing your business. And if you got value from this video, do me a favor. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. That's it. I'll see you in the next one.